You're listening to Old School Movements, and this is a lockdown special. You understand?
It's the 80s, we're on lockdown. Hello, this is the Old School Movements. We're still here for you. It's starting to get gloomy and dark and rainy. It's like the end part of Ghostbusters. You know, when they just walk in to save the day, but it goes black and grey, and they save the day and it's all light again. But I don't think it's going to get light.
It's not. It's one of them days where it's not a good day to be in, is it? You want to go out, but you look outside.
What do you mean? It's a good day to be in.
No. You like to be on lockdown. Like you want to be. You can't go outside. It's not. It's raining, man.
No, this is perfect for lockdown. This is what lockdown should be. It should.
You're not missing the weather.
You're not missing it. This is the time you need people in. This is when I'm in. Do you lot like the rain?
No. That's what I'm saying. If it weren't raining, I'd like to be out. That's what I'm saying. It's not a good day to be. You know, I'm stuck in, man. It's raining. You can't go out.
Mate, it's perfect. I think it inspires you more. Do you guys get inspired when it rains?
I do. I must admit, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
There's more vibes.
You can watch the rain then, innit? You can just sit out the window and watch the rain.
Yeah, like Kermit the Frog. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. I get inspiration when it rains. But hey, guys, this is a new school. No, it's the Old School Movements, and I'm Daz.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Stacks.
And as you guys know, throughout these weeks of lockdown, we're talking about our five favourites, 5 favourite things we'll take into lockdown with us. So we've gone through our movies, we've gone through our music, and now it's the games. So we could play any electronic game. What would they be? We've got our top 5. Chris, what are we starting with, man?
There's quite a few. There's quite a few we could choose, but we're trying to think of what entertained us the most and what would keep us entertained if we were stuck in. So the original has got to be, it's got to be in it just because it is great. It's the Nintendo watching game original Donkey Kong, the orange one, the orange one, the orange Donkey Kong in it. The original one with the barrels. Loved that as well.
The thing is with that game, did you ever do a move? It used to freak me out when you used to make all the characters on the screen just come up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? Because you would see Mario in stages going up the ladder, but you could see the whole thing.
They would all light up at once.
All like the whole game. Bloody hell! I'm overwhelmed.
I don't remember that.
It was either your console thing was going wrong or your batteries were dying.
Or the batteries were dying.
If you press the screen, the input spread, and it would light everyone up. You were like, whoa, what the?
You see everything.
Yeah, and then you see
the whole,
all the barrels, all the ladders.
Yeah. You see the whole
That was Mario
game.
as well, wasn't it? That was Mario.
Because no one knew about Mario.
It was Donkey
Kong.
The interest of the game was Donkey Kong. Who cared who that guy was? But you were playing that guy.
You were
Mario. You were that guy.
Yeah.
But you didn't care about him, but you were him. You know, it was crazy.
It's true. He didn't come out for a while still.
Yeah. And he had Donkey Kong Jr. and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But and so many little handheld games came out after that. But you did need those batteries. Sometimes you needed the 2 little batteries or one big little round one.
Yeah. 2 little.
You know they weren't easy to get hold of back then.
They were hard to get. You were going chemist for them sort of batteries.
Yeah, chemist or jewelers. I go to was it H. Samuel or whichever one was next to Woolworths?
Was it a jewelers or a chemist? Man?
Because it's a
specialist battery. That was their only downfall. But out of all of them little ones you said, you know, like the Popeyes and the rest of them, we've got to give it to Donkey Kong because it was the original.
That medicine ball orange color was just that was just another one
with the shiny gold. Because there's orange around the that weird shiny gold in the middle.
Plate.
Did it have the 2 screens as well? Once you got up the ladders, you went up to the next.
You could get a single screen one though. You could get a single.
Donkey Kong Jr. was single screen.
Junior was single screen.
There was a lot of different ones they done on single screen. I had a couple.
Yeah.
For handheld electronic, Donkey Kong, you're getting in there because you were revolutionary back in them days.
100%.
Yeah. And that would keep you occupied in isolation. Another game would keep you occupied in isolation if you had someone to play it with, or play by. It would be a bit boring by itself, but just pressing and watching it zoom around would have been amazing. But playing with someone was a real battle. If you press too hard, it will zoom off the track and you mash up the fuzz at the back, or the bottom of it, sorry. And that was Scale Electric or TCR. Either of the ones you had, you would be occupied. Or even the budget ones that we talked about in our
Yeah, they were all great fun.
As long as it was a car on a track, doesn't matter what the name is.
Yeah.
As long as it works, you'll be occupied in isolation with that.
That's it. But that Scalextric, the original Scalextrics, you couldn't beat it. Again, that was hours of fun. Again, just whether you were chasing each other or, like you say, on your own, you're doing time trials on your own. It gets a bit.
It's not too bad.
Still alright. It's still good.
All right,
but yeah, against your mates or something, it's wicked. Scalextrics was amazing.
Scalextric was like how Snickers and Mars bars are now. I swear the cars have got smaller.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the cars were bigger.
The cars used to be much bigger.
Yeah,
much.
They
They're
were like
die cast as well.
Now they're like 1/3 scale or something like that. But definitely, I'm sure the track and the cars have got smaller.
The kids these days
absolutely massive, mate.
Yeah, the kids these days even know what Scalextrics is.
I don't know. No, maybe if there's an app version, maybe.
My kids, we've got a cheap slot car thing, and these two love it. But the batteries, they die in no time at all.
Yeah. That was what was good about the Scalextric, because it was all plug. The original ones were wind up, then it went to battery, and then our generation they were getting into the plug-in one where the track was electrified, and we had, like Darren was saying, the two brushes on the bottom of the car that touched the track.
Yeah, you have to make sure they're nice and slick so that
you had to sort of maintain the car. That's what I liked. You could grease up the wheels, and you make them go a bit slicker, faster.
Well, I remember
change the tires.
As a kid, my brother had a proper Scalextric. He never let me touch it because,
Scalextrics,
Scalextrics, man,
yeah. But I remember he'd take the
body off.
Yeah, and he had all these other bits inside, and
this
is mad. And then I remember one Halloween, him and his mate, they had the cars with the lights on. So they fit the lights off in the front room.
I forgot they bought the night race.
Thinking, I wish I could play.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Le Mans, there was like the Le Mans 24-hour version.
Yes.
That had the night race in it.
Imagine that.
Light up.
Mate, I would have loved to have that.
Scalextric's big. Yeah. And something that was invented in the UK back in Hampshire back in 1956, and it's still being made today, isn't it? Scalextrics is still going.
Still very popular, I think. There's proper collectors. Like how Hornby train sets.
Yeah.
There are people like that have like full on tracks in their attic. And stuff.
Okay, so we're crowding up the house. We've been sent to our room. We've set up our Scalextrics. Chris has got Outrun in his front room, in the middle of the front room.
Running out of space.
Run out of space. So we've got the Scalextrics now. But look, we put that down. There's no one to play with that now. So our next game that we've chose to play in isolation is the Tomitronic games. The Tomitronic 3D viewers.
The 3D.
Is it Viewtronic? Is that what it's called?
No, they were called the Tomitronic 3D was the name of them, made by Tomy. Yeah, Tomitronic 3D.
Tomitronic 3D was something that every boy loved, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a real boys' toy, wasn't it?
It was.
Because you had the first time
it was the first time we could sort of not only see, but play something in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
We'd never had that 3D look before, did we? Once you saw, I remember when they first come out, they didn't interest me. I didn't like the look of them. It wasn't until I actually had a go on one, which I think was the red one, and it was the spaceship one. And I was like, hold on, this is like the next level of computers. It was 3D. It had 2 tiny screens, didn't it? 2 little screens in each eye.
The only problem with it was the bloody, you needed the light.
You needed light.
So you couldn't
an external light through a window on the top.
You need light. I'm sure Sean Paul was playing it when he wrote his hit song.
Just give me the light.
Because you needed light playing that
pass
game.
It through. You had to have the light passing through, otherwise you weren't getting no game on that thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it was essential. But the opposite to that is the next game we're going to mention, Astro Wars. You didn't want any light. You went under the bed.
I never had an Astro Wars. I know you still got your Astro Wars.
Yeah.
Stack's probably got 1 or 2 kicking around as well.
No, I haven't got Astro Wars. I've got a Tomitronic. I've got the white one. The car game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we got to play that, man. We got to play.
You got to dig some of this out one day.
Because games companies started to get smart and go, hold on, we can get an adapter led to this instead of using.
That's what I remember about the Astro Wars. You didn't need the batteries, but it didn't come with adapter. You had to try. You were going Argos, innit? The only place you knew back then, you were going Argos for an adapter.
Yeah.
And once you had that, you were laughing. Once you had that,
the Katos.
Katos. The hardware
Jesus, I haven't had that
big Arkwrights
word
Potatoes. Were they like a chain, or was it just Chiswick?
I think it's Robert Dias now.
Yeah,
I think
Robert.
it's
Yeah.
Well, they bought
Dias
them out.
now.
Yeah, they bought them out. I know.
Yeah.
I
Potatoes.
had potatoes
That's
in
where you went
ages.
to get those bits.
To get your adapters for your grandstand. Astro Wars. It was made by Grandstand, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
man.
Back in
Astro-
1981.
I know someone. Have you still got one, D?
Wars.
You still got one? Yeah.
I've got Firefox.
Was it
I've
five?
got
I thought you had
Firefox.
Astro Wars.
I think
But
Michael's got an
I
Astro
had
Wars.
Michael's got Astro Wars. I had Firefox by Grandstand, but Astro Wars was the first one, and then other games came out after it.
Yeah.
But they were all same.
There's an early version of the Astro Wars. They're identical, but if you've got the one that's got, it had Astro Wars in white written around the round
Yeah.
view piece. If you've got
That's
it written
the
in
one I
red,
had.
if you've got the red one, that's the really rare one, and they're worth quite a bit of money.
Oh, really?
Most of the
Wow.
people have got the white ones. I thought you had Astro. You got Firefox.
No, I got Firefox. Yeah. Yeah, so Astro Wars, man. Like, I remember my granddad, who lived in America, and so remember the 80s? America was the place that had everything. You think about America. Oh my God, they have bubble gum. They have Big Macs with 8 patties. It's America's films come out 10 years before we see them. It's amazing out there.
Yeah.
So I remember my granddad was coming down, and he knew I loved Star Wars, and this is like just after Empire Strikes Back must have come out, so it must have been 82 or something.
82, yeah.
So I said, Granddad, can I get some Empire Strikes Back figures? He goes, yeah, sure, man. You can get wherever you want, man. And so he bought a whole load of Empire Strikes Back figures, but a lot of the Cloud City figures, like the ship.
I remember you getting these. Yeah.
Yeah. And funny enough, my granddad bought me a lot of black Star Wars figures. Remember the Cloud City people had, like, Lando had like black people dressed in blue and blue caps. He bought me loads of them. And Lando, and I said, okay. And black stormtroopers, and the black stormtroopers, and blue fighters. He bought me everything black. I said, okay, I'll take this. So I said, oh, okay.
Brown spaceships.
Yeah, the brown spaceships, and the two-pod spaceships.
Two-pod, yeah, I remember it. I think I remember it.
Yeah, get a bit cultural, Granddad. Okay. So I've got all this stuff. I was happy, but I don't think this stuff was properly out in the UK.
No, it wasn't.
So I had all this Star Wars, and as Chris, you remember me having all this Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
But then
It weren't seen elsewhere.
But that was for me, but that was my request, right? Remember, I've got a brother and sister older than me. And so he bought my Star Wars stuff. Then he said, okay, guys, we're going to Hamleys. And I was like, oh, wicked, we're going to Hamleys. There's toys. He goes, no, you ain't coming. You had all this Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, you had all your stuff, yeah.
You had all this amazing Star Wars stuff. I'm taking your brother and sister to Hamleys. I'm like, what? It's fair. So that day went on. They come back with Hamleys. You know that bag, that Hamleys.
Yeah, when you come back with a Hamleys bag, you know there's goodies in it.
And my brother unearthed Astro Wars from the bag, and I went, oh my God, he's got Astro Wars.
Oh no.
And he was like, yeah, and he went straight to his bed under the covers, playing his game, and wouldn't let me get in. He's like, nah, you got your Star Wars in it.
It's true.
I was
Is that when your sister got her MJ fit doll?
That might have been the same time she got
It
her
might have
MJ
been,
doll,
innit?
yeah. The MJ doll, you could dress and put the gloves and
The Thriller and the beat. It was wicked. I wanted that as well.
Thriller jacket, he had the shades, he had the glove, he had the mic. It was
Wicked.
my brother had Astro Wars, man. I was like, oh man, look, I did ask in advance from the Cloud City stuff. I did get it, but another lesson, man. But yeah, my brother got Astro Wars, man.
He's got to hold back on it, innit? He's got to hold back and just be like, you know what? Let me just wait and see what happens.
Yeah, let's wait to see if he lets me play it, and he did. So, but my granddad sorted us out, man. But yeah, so the last game we're going to choose, this game, my sister did get for a Christmas present. It's a game that, when she finished with it, you'd pass it around. You needed those big batteries to keep the game going. You had to keep your concentration. And as I said in the podcast before, I swear Todd Edwards got his bass lines from this game. And that was Simon. And,
I love Simon. My sister had Simon as well.
Simon.
Everyone had Simon. I only had the keyring
thing.
Simon. I've only ever. Do you remember the keyring size Simon? But it was an exact replica, and it done the same thing. It was wicked.
Tiny.
But it was tiny. I only had that version. I always wanted the big one. I still wouldn't mind the big one because that is something fun to have. Even now, if you're stuck somewhere,
it's fun.
You can get it on a
I'm going to repeat that.
Huh?
You can get it as a phone
Get it-
app.
That's true.
You
I
can,
didn't even think of
you
it.
can, but you have to have that. But you need that round.
Yeah, it's
disc,
nice to
man.
have. Yeah.
It's I like my little niece got one for her birthday just the other week, but like a size of like a big cookie size.
Ah,
She's got. Yeah,
quite cool.
and I've been
That's
playing that all this week. So
it still
I
looks the
have
same,
been
though, like a-
using this game in isolation. I've literally been doing what we would have been doing in the 80s.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That is
Simon
like an
gives you hours
iconic
of
thing
fun,
now.
so,
You see a Simon, you instantly think 80s, don't you?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
you know, it came out 78, launched an
yeah.
company in New York, and yeah, immediately successful. It's now that a big pop culture symbol of the 80s, really, isn't it? You see
Yeah.
Simon.
It is,
I
it
do. I
is.
think 80s straight away.
Don't you find it funny though? Because you can play Simon amongst your friends. You say Simon says do this, Simon says do that.
Yeah.
But it's more fun playing that electronic game.
Yeah, playing the
It's the
electronic one.
noises. You need the
It's
noises.
the
Yeah.
noises, and
Yeah.
there's something about them noises, like you're saying. You think someone got their music from it. It was
For
the
them.
first time that it was the first time they'd managed to make that sort of sound from an electric gadget. It was always that sort of it's always that same tone. But this Simon, they'd done something new with it. I can't remember exactly what, but I remember reading it was the first time they managed to make these sort of sounds.
Mate, I listen a lot. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, look,
Dun, 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 dun. All right.
It's like getting harder though, mate. It
Mate.
starts getting harder.
But when
Right.
you play with other people and you only have one color,
Yeah.
That's quite. That's
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
everyone's
good
assigned
version
to a
of it.
colour.
Yeah.
find the color.
yeah, that's quite
Yeah.
a good version. You got
just
to
have-
work
you
as
have
a
to
group.
concentrate on how many times
That-
your one
yeah.
goes and in the sequence.
Yeah, who you're after, who you're before. Like, yeah, that one's
Yeah.
good. I like
I've never played it
Yeah,
like that, but
Yeah.
that would be that
There
would
is some
have been
variations
good to
in
play
it you can make.
in
Yeah.
isolation. That would have been good, man. No.
Yeah.
I like
Simon
that.
was. I think that finishes off our electronic game handhelds, or apart from Scale Electrics, but
Scale Electrics.
you ain't gonna go wrong if you got them.
Nah,
You're gonna pass some hours with
Hours.
them, and yeah.
days.
You wouldn't go wrong. You'd be playing for hours on those types of games. Electronic age, state of the art.
It reminds me of someone. I can't think who it is.
It's just an old 80s robot that will always talk like that. It sounds like a robot in a church. I'm
Like a monk
an
robot.
80s robot. I'm a monk robot talking about the 80s.
That could be your voiceover thing. You've invented a monk robot. Can't
There you go. There you go. Metal monkey.
Metal monkey.
Yeah. Friar Tuck. But yeah, so we've gone through those games, but now's the zone. I never really played these games when I was little, but as I got older, I started to get into them more. Like as a kid, the only game I would play on this level was Snap.
Like
But,
card games.
But card games, man, card games are probably the ultimate games. If you've got more than two people living with you in isolation in the 80s, which you probably did have because you were a kid. But card games, man. Snap was the ultimate.
Snap was when that's your first,
Pontoon.
and Pontoon, which is 21. That
Yeah.
I was playing young, and maybe a bit of like one where you get the same suits or the same. Is it Rummy or something?
Rummy.
Maybe?
Rummy.
Yeah, I think that them
Yeah.
three were about it until
Yeah.
into my 20s when you start finding out about poker and blackjack and them.
Yeah,
sort
when you start discovering blackjack and stuff.
I
it's
started
different
playing
zone.
That was
blackjack
later.
from an early age. Like,
I
my
didn't
brothers
get
and
into it
in
sisters-
until pub days.
yeah,
in the 80s.
yeah. So my brothers and sisters used to play blackjack
Mm.
and that. So I
Yeah, I
learned
did-
blackjack
Yeah, I
really
didn't.
early.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I didn't get to play them, but that is blackjack. I think is the ultimate 80s. Ultimate lockdown game to play. Like listeners, if you're bored now, guys, if you've got a pack, get out a pack of cards, man. If there's more than two of you, just have a game of blackjack. Even if there's two of you, have a game of blackjack,
You
and
play
you'll
blackjack
remember how
for
good
time.
that game was.
Yeah, that
But
game
you've got to
was
play
good.
it. But you've got to play it for raps, guys, because that's the spice.
Yeah.
The spice is for money or for raps. If you're just playing it, it's just a game, but it just gives it that edge. One of those two options.
You know what?
Raps is
I
definitely old school.
remember playing blackjack for raps once, and the person that kept losing got wrapped so many times. His knuckles were done.
Nothing.
His
Nothing
knuckles
left
were
of him.
done. They
No-
were so
no skin.
swollen.
No, it's
Yeah,
like
just bone
Yeah.
on their hand. Their hand looked like Terminator. You know, Terminator just took him his fan and it's just that skeleton. Some people were like that after playing Blackjack.
His hand was ruined. And the way these raps were coming, they were coming from a height.
Yeah.
I've never seen
you
anyone
like
knuckles.
chisel the deck as well, like so you get a nice edge on it as well, like
knuckles like that after raps ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For anyone who don't know what raps are, it's just literally it does what it says on the tin, just wrapping up your hand with this chunk of cards and just grazing the skin off your
taking layers off the skin.
So yeah, I recommend guys, you've got a pack of cards at home, get them out.
They're
Keep you company.
They're entertaining. Even if you don't know any games, if you don't know how to play Snap, the basic, then there's another game that we used to play at school with cards, and we also used to use coins, where you stand say 10 meters away from a wall, and you either flick your card, it hits the wall, or you flick a coin, and whoever gets
penny up the wall,
penny up the wall, or you flick a card. I used to like the card version. Penny up the wall is easy because it's the weight of the coin, but the card version there's some skill to it because you've got to. Like, you can get a good flick on a card sometimes, isn't it? It slaps the wall, and then if it lands like that on the wall,
yeah, Gambit, yeah. Does anybody remember having this trick played on them? I remember I had this first, and it's the kind of trick that you pass down. Because the older person always does it to you, and then you always do it to a younger person. It never happens you do it to an older person. Always happens it goes down stages. And this is the game. You say to a young person, do you want to play 52 card pickup? They go, yeah, what's that? And they dash the whole back of cards in the air. All lads, yeah, there you go, pick them up. Were you ever a victim of that? You can have so much fun with cards.
Yeah,
so
much
fun.
I love that.
Anyway, the flip side is like, I remember, being at home, especially in a West Indian home, when there's house parties and that, you would hear this noise, you'd hear this shouting, you would hear this scrambling to play this game, and amongst the mist of cigarette smoke and smell of rum, I'd walk into this room and someone will slip me a £1 note and tell me to leave the room because the lads will be playing dominoes. They would be playing dominoes, and they would be, as Stack said, like you'd be rapping people from a height. I swear sometimes my uncle would go to the top of the stairs with the domino that he's going to end with, and jump on the top of the stairs and land in the living room and smash the table. And Dominoes, he's won.
Dominoes is the game that can turn an old man into Michael Jordan.
Yes.
They're doing some slam dunk moves on that table.
It's true. You would need to wear Air Force Ones or a pair of Jordans.
You would need your Jordans
play dominoes. Because if you want to jump and announce that you've left the game and won, you need to jump up high and make that noise.
Yeah, all the dominoes lift up off the table. Yeah,
it doesn't matter who's trying to watch something. It doesn't matter. You have to make noise.
You owe everyone a drink where all the bottles have gone over.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't care, you've won. Does anyone really know the rules to dominoes, or do we just match them up like how we were taught in primary school?
Yeah, you just match them up.
Just match them up.
But if you can read the game,
I weren't sure.
If you can read the game, then you can tell who's got what, so that you can make people pass.
Yeah. But people's hands turned into like plasticine, but I never could understand how
you hold all of them.
Yeah, how all these dominoes in your you'd be like a mastermind of holding dominoes. You know what I mean? Your hand will be like, American World for London, that stage. When it's a bit stretched out.
When it's stretched right out. That's his domino hands.
Would look like that. American World for London would be big at dominoes, If he went into domino competitions, he would win.
That's his domino hand.
Oh my God.
People, think of the hand in American World for London. And you remember that hand. Someone would have a load of dominoes in their hand, and they would look freaky. But it had to be normal. So the dominoes went in the hand, and the hand would look normal.
Back to normal again. Back.
I never understood that, but it worked. And then when I got older, I found that I had that hand too.
Yeah.
You just managed to hold them.
Man. I fancy a game of dominoes now.
Yeah, mate. Dominoes are classic 80s.
Dominoes also reminds me of a game, and I know you like this game because you've mentioned it, but you probably maybe not realise this is what it is. But it's the same sort of thing. The days of when a domino was famous, also dice were famous. If you have 5 dice in a cup, it's called Yahtzee. Yahtzee's the game. Yahtzee.
No, I never played
Yahtzee.
Yeah, and it's good. It's 5 dice in a cup. You chuck them on the floor, and you add up the scores. But if you were to get 2, if 2 were a double, you would get extra points. If it lands if all 5 or I know it must be 6 dice because if you get all like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is Yahtzee, that's the maximum you can score. So again, there's tactics and strategies.
Tactics and strategies. Yeah,
dice is another wicked game, man.
I used to see that a lot. That would be a really American game. You see all them gangster movies in the 90s, and they're always playing dice.
Yeah, like in Harlem or in
Or
the back streets of Harlem, outside the club.
Or West Coast, West Coast people would be like dice, with their Converse on and their khakis with the crease, roll dice in their checkered shirts and that.
Or the pimp looking ones, the ones with the feathers in their hats and the
playing
dice.
I always used to try and work out that game. I thought, I'll stick to the dominoes then.
I like that as well. That's Yahtzee, man. Yahtzee good. Next time you're in a toy shop, pick up Yahtzee. We'll have a game.
Yahtzee.
The
Yahtzee, man. So going back to the dominoes, like dominoes, as I said, in my household was the West Indian, shout louder than the other person, mash up the living room table, drink rum, and give little kids a £1 note so they can fuck off out the room. But
basically, yeah.
But growing up as a kid looking at dominoes, it was an event. Who remembers in the 80s on television, record breakers, or even the news? The news now doesn't show you this person done a domino rally.
People are still doing.
It's true.
People are still doing domino rallies. Why is that not on the news?
That was a toy I always wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all wanted domino rally.
It would come hinged on sets, so instead of individual pieces, you could just flick the whole tray up. And all your dominoes would be up, carefully put them on the floor, and you were ready to go, innit? It took seconds to set up.
Remember when it done things like it knocked a ball, the ball went up, it went
I loved all that. I loved all that.
Domino hit that, went for a guillotine,
I loved all
over the bridge. All those dominoes. Remember that? It used to be on. That was news. That was newsworthy stuff. Along with a panda giving birth, they showed you.
So and Skool are going to go for a record today with 5 million dominoes, and here it is. And they would show you it, or they would say it's gone wrong and it got set off early, and it'd all go wrong, and it would.
Could you imagine?
Why don't they cover that anymore? What's up with news?
They would do things like light a match, even like hit a match. Get flint.
It'd strike it.
Match, set up a firework.
It was wicked.
It would talk to people in NASA and then come back.
Set off a satellite. It was wicked.
A satellite. Make a barbecue, mate. These dominoes were amazing.
Domino rally. That was wicked. That was wicked.
That's something that will keep you company in lockdown.
Some domino rallying, definitely.
100%.
If we're classing domino rallying with a game of dominoes, because it is the same thing basically.
Why not? You'd have to.
That was big.
Another game, like going to cards now. I think this is a really English game, and it's a game where it was almost like a rap battle, but you didn't have to rap.
It was like a cipher, an old day cipher.
It was an old day cipher. You was outwitting the other person. I got this, but I got this. I got this.
I can top that trump. I can top your trump.
Top trumps, mate. That was a game and a half.
That's still good.
Yes,
mate.
That's still good.
Top trump. I used to have an Arsenal top trump, and you would say how many goals he scored, how many, mate. It was just a battle. I
remember like superhero ones, supercar ones, dinosaur ones.
Supercars, dinosaurs.
Supercars are probably my favourites. My Lamborghini's got X amount of brake horsepower compared to your Ferrari or whatever it was. Top Trumps is wicked, That's
another game that keep you company in lockdown.
It's not one of them travel games in the 80s, but it's definitely worth having at home if you can't leave the house and you've got nothing to do.
It's definitely something you should have on lockdown. It's definitely something you can... remember, most of these games you mentioned, you can only play with 2 people. But on your top, just looking at the trumps and thinking, when I play someone, when I bring this one out... it was good to see the stats. It was good to
need to know which one was your top one, isn't it? You need to know, right, that's the one that's got the best at fighting, that one's the best at defence or whatever it was.
We've got a couple of top trumps here still. The girls have got there's a car one. I think there's also like animals.
You still play them?
Yeah, we still play one.
There you go.
Beat top trumps.
There you go.
Top trumps are good and they're still about.
Yeah, ladies and gents. So we've gone through what we would take into lockdown with us game wise, and there's we could have said so much. We could have said Ludo, Snakes and Ladders. We could have went through so many different games in that, but we just narrowed it down to, as a collective, as a team, that's our favourites. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. So that's what's keep us down in lockdown. But talking of lockdown, I think it's that time. To announce the lockdown quiz. Let's get this going. Let me hear that tune. It's lockdown quiz time. Lockdown quiz. Yeah. Yes, it's time now for the lockdown 80s quiz. Who's our next contestant?
Hi, I'm Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Where are you from, Kelly?
I'm calling from Hampton.
Okay. So how's your time been in lockdown?
It's been interesting. I think at first, it was nice not having to get up and go to work every day, but the novelty's definitely worn off now. Two kids at home, I'd never thought I'd say I'm actually ready to go back to work.
Yeah, I think everyone's saying that.
It's a super extended summer holiday, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all realise teachers need medals.
Yeah.
So close to the real summer holiday.
Exactly.
So by the time you're back, it'll be summer again.
There you
Yay!
go.
Exactly. Yeah,
4 months with the kids. That sounds great, doesn't it?
Let's see how it all turns out. So on this podcast today, Kelly, we're talking about like electronic games, handheld games that we'll take in isolation with us, and also card games. Are you good at card games?
Do you know what? I'm so bad at remembering the rules for card games, but I grew up in a house where my family played card games every Saturday afternoon into Saturday night.
Yeah.
Into early hours Sunday morning. So I should, but I can just about play blackjack. But
Just
I grew
about
up
play
in a
blackjack.
house where they played like rummy, poker.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What about dominoes?
Dominoes. I can play dominoes, but haven't played that for years.
So you can't play then, really?
Why are you trying it?
All right, Kelly. I'm going to tell you the rules of the game, and remember, just zone yourself into the 80s now. But all the questions I'm going to be asking are based on the 1980s. The rules are simple. You got to answer as many questions within 60 seconds. If you don't know the answer, pass, and let's keep it moving. Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
Good luck.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay. Now it's lockdown quiz time.
3, 2, 1, go.
In school, what does the initials PE stand for?
Physical education.
What colour is the fizzy drink Cherryade?
Red.
Complete the comedy duo, Little and...
Large.
Name the Mr. Man character with extremely long arms.
Oh, Mr. Tickle.
What could you do to your carpet if you wanted to put the freshness back?
Shaken back.
What chocolate bar helps you work, rest and play?
Oh, Mars. Is it Mars bar?
Which cereal TV advert had the tagline, "Tell them about the honey mummy"?
Sugar Puffs. Oh, I
Finish
don't know.
the well-known 80s frozen food. Bird's eye, crispy.
Birds like fingers.
Okay. Okay. You did well. Kelly, how much do you think you got?
How many questions were there?
Answered 8.
You answered 8.
About 5 or 6.
Okay, Kelly, you played the game. I'm going to tell you a score. Not 5, not 6. But you got 7, Kelly. You got 7.
I want to know which one I didn't get now.
Okay, Chris is going to tell you.
Which one you didn't get was finish the well-known 80s frozen food. Bird's eye crispy pancakes.
Oh my gosh.
Crispy pancakes was the
with
was the one. Yeah.
Thins.
like
Yeah.
Pancakes with horse meat in them.
Yeah,
Horse meat in
yeah. No, it was a bad day if you got them for dinner, boy.
I used to love them.
I used to like them
I
back
used
in the
to
day. They're not
love
good now, though.
pancakes, mate. And
Oh,
then when they came out with that horse meat business, I was like,
I've never heard about the horse meat business.
huh?
I've never heard that there was horse meat in it.
Yeah, there was horse meat. That's why you can't even buy them anymore.
That's probably why I used to run fast after eating them.
Yeah.
I used to dust out and play after a crispy pancake, man. No, I know. Oh, damn, I never knew that.
Hold to them.
Horse meat.
No, Kelly, that was
That's good.
excellent. That was excellent. Thank you for being part of the show, and
You're
we'll let you know where you are on the scoreboard,
Leaderboard.
on the leaderboard. That's it. And make sure you keep it old school, Kels.
I will.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Take care, guys.
You
See you
too.
Bye.
later. Thanks for coming on.
Bye. Bye. That was a great podcast, man. Again, you know, our favorite games. Next time we'll be delving into something else, man. So I hope you guys have been listening and taking tips from us. Remember, pick up those games, man. Get those games. You must have a pack of cards at home or something. If you have,
Dust off the downfall, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dust off your downfall. You know, get the Connect 4 out. You know, and if you get
We'll have an operation.
yeah, have an operation. and if you get bored, you can even beat yourself. So I'm Mr. Lucas.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Stat.
And
Till next
guys, till next time, stay safe. Peace.
Peace.
Those were the days I remember.